Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You are very welcome. It is another beautiful Saturday morning, and we are live. It is a dose of encouragement with Amanda. When you get on here, please share to bring somebody on as we soak in the music a little bit. You are welcome. You are so welcome. Oh, yeah. As I share this a little bit on our other platforms, you are welcome. Oh, biara mabanene ijani kobia one Jehovah, the great I. You are so welcome. When you get on here, please share to bring somebody on. You are welcome to a dose of encouragement with Amanda. You are very welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Please share to bring somebody on. Share to be a blessing to someone. Share to be a blessing to someone. You are so welcome. I am happy you are here. Share to bring somebody on. It is a dose of encouragement with me as we soak in the music a little bit. You are welcome. You are so welcome. How has your week been? How has the week been? How have you been? You are very welcome. It is a dose of encouragement with me. Please share to bring somebody on. Share to be a blessing to somebody. You are very welcome. We appreciate your support so much. We appreciate the fact that you always take time to join us here. We thank you. We thank you for that. We appreciate you so much. But be a blessing to somebody and share to bring them on here. As we soak in the music a little bit, we'll continue in a few minutes as we share to our other platforms and as we share to invite friends to come on. Be a blessing to somebody. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, and I am happy to be here with you all. I am happy to be alive. I am happy that you are here with me. Join us. Bring somebody on. Let's make this conversation fun. You are welcome. It is a dose of encouragement with me. If it hasn't been for God, where would you be? You are so welcome. Be a blessing and share to somebody. Be a blessing and bring somebody on. Happy Saturday to you all. You are very, very welcome. It is a dose of encouragement with me. And I am your girl, Amanda Kufiaye. Please share to bring somebody on. Share to be a blessing to someone. Share to be a blessing to someone. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. I am glad and happy you are here. Be a blessing to somebody. We will start in a minute. We will start in a minute. We will start in a minute. You are very welcome. It is a dose of encouragement with me. And as you all know, as we do it on Saturdays, you are very welcome. I appreciate your support so much. We thank God for your life, and we thank God for even considering to join us here this morning. You are welcome. We will start in a minute. You are very welcome. Please share to bring others on. Please share to be a blessing to somebody. Share to be a blessing to someone. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to be on here. Share to be a blessing to them. Share to bring them on here. So today is another beautiful Saturday that God has given to us, and I am always happy to be on here with you all I am happy every Saturday morning when I have to come sit here and have a conversation with all of us. You are very, very, very welcome. I see you, Dennis. I see you, George. I see you, Hayford. Thank you all so much for the support. Please share to bring others on. Share to be a blessing to them. Okay, share to bring them on. So today our topic here is positive thinking. Positive thinking, and thanks for being a blessing here. Let's see if I can see my guest on here. George, if you can see me, please share, send me a request so I can bring you on. But we are going to start. So it is a beautiful Saturday morning, and as we do it, it is an open platform. So feel free to put your comment down below. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have. Feel free to let us know what you're thinking about, or what you think about the topic. So today our topic, or our theme here is positive thinking. Positive thinking. We always need to make sure that we are thinking positively. We are giving every decision, every situation a positive thought. So, positive thinking probably is the practice of focusing on the good in every situation. Okay, so you need to strive to see the good in any situation, whether good or bad, whether ugly. You need to go into that situation with a positive thought. Go into that situation with a positive thinking. Go into that situation knowing that, hey, it might not seem that whatever the situation is will turn out to be positive. But I know for sure that with me thinking positive, I know for sure that with me going in open minded, I will be able to turn things around. I will be able to get to a decision phase in whatever the situation is, or in whatever the problem is. So most of the times we find ourselves having the negative thought overshadowing what actually we can think of, what we can look at in a way, if I can put it that way. So we go into a situation, the moment the situation arises, the moment the issue arises, all we start to think of is that, oh, shoot, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this work? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? Without even sitting down and thinking about the fact that, hey, if I do things differently this time, if I do things differently by thinking that the situation might not be as it seems, the situation might not be good enough, might not present itself in a positive manner, but with me thinking positive, with me going in open-minded, I will be able to, get solutions to solve the issue. God bless you too, Pastor Ignatius, for joining. God bless you, Vic, for joining. Please share to bring somebody on, be a blessing to somebody. Let others hear this. So we do need to go into every situation knowing the fact that we will be able to come out victorious. We will be able to come out positive in anything and everything that we do. Okay, it can have a big impact on our physical and our mental health, depending on how we go in, depending on how we approach that situation, depending on how we see that situation. Have you found yourself in a place where the moment the problem arises, you like, I do it the end year. This thing will not work. This thing I wouldn't know how to fix it. We've all been there before. We've all done that before. But at the end of the day, we end up circling around. At the end of the day, we end up figuring out how we can make that situation better. When we start to look at situations in a different way, when we start to picture our thoughts in a different manner, things tend to go the other way. All right, because we thinking negative will end up making us not think right, making us take hasty decisions, making us not even think at all. Most of the time we find ourselves in situations and we go blank. We're like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do anything. That is because the moment that the issue hit us, the moment that the problem hit us, the first instinct or the first thinking that came to our mind was going left to the negative side. Going left, knowing that this thing will not work, knowing that if I don't do something, or even if I have to do something, it would not work. Thank you to Vic. Thank you. Knowing that it would not work. So it can have a physical and mental impact on our lives, depending on how we go into that situation, depending on how we see ourselves, depending on what we do in that situation. That does not mean that you should look at you should forget about the reality of the issue. It doesn't mean that you should make light of that situation. It doesn't mean that you should think that, oh, everything will be fine, so I don't care how things go. No, it doesn't mean that way. You need to, yes, first, understand what the problem is. Second, see the gravity or the severity of that situation, and then focus on how best you can approach it. Focus on how best you can approach it. So it is not solely saying that situations have arisen, problems have arisen, but I'm going to forget about its severity. I'm going to just make light of the situation. One second, guys. You don't have to do that. You have to look at it, the reality of it. Yes, this situation have arisen. Yes, this is what I'm facing. Yes, this is what is going on. How do I tackle that? How do I move from point A to point B? That is positive thinking right there. That is you not giving up. That is you not saying problems have come and I give up. No, it is simply means approach the good and the bad in life with expectations that things will turn out well or things will go well at the end of the day. So approach each situation with that thinking. Approach each situation knowing that you might hit bumps, you might hit roads, you might hit obstacles, but surely things will go as planned. Surely you will come out victorious. Surely you will come out knowing what to do. You will come out knowing how to handle that situation. You will come out thinking positive about that situation. Thanks for joining, Morris. Please share to bring others on. That is how you have to approach it. Go in with an open mind. Go in with an open heart. Go in with an open expectation, knowing that yes, it might seem bad. Yes, it might look bad. Yes, it might not seem as it is, but I will come out victorious. And in so doing, we end up living long. In so doing, we end up having clearer thinking. In so doing, we end up being in good mood at all times. In so doing, we get all these things from thinking positive. And you also have to make sure that you are focusing on the 5 W's in life. Go into every situation with an open heart. Go into every situation with an open mind. The 5 W's says, watch your thought as they become your words. Watch your words as they become your actions. Watch your actions as they become habits. Watch your habit as they become character, and watch your character as they become your destiny. So, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about this morning about that situation? What is your thoughts on certain issues that you are facing? What is your thought on something that somebody has brought to your table? What is your thought on that? Did you first of all jump into conclusion saying that this thing will not work? Did you just go into panic attack? Did you just go into the fact that, hey, this issue, we cannot deal with it, this issue I cannot solve it, this issue I cannot do this? Is that what you are doing, or did you just go into that? I always say that as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you think, whatever you decide, whatever your first thought is, will determine how you're going to move from point A to point B. What's your thoughts as they become words? Because whatever you plan up here is what ends up coming out of our mouth. Bible says that life and death lies in the tongue. So whatever we say, whatever we think about and we say at the end of the day becomes our life, becomes our destiny in the long run. Shape your tongue. Shape your tongue. Shape your thoughts. Shape your thoughts. Think positive in every situation. Let your thinking be in that good space. Let your thinking be in that open space. Let your thought be in the space where you will be able to say that, hey, I know I am getting this negative energy. I know I am getting this negative thought, but I am going to think positive on that. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts this morning? Are you making that negative thought become your words at the end of the day? Are you making that negative thought become your actions at the end of the day? Are you making that negative thought become your life at the end of the day? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about? What are you making or thinking about that becomes your reality? That becomes your life. That becomes your trademark. Let me put it that way. Think positive. Think positive. As I said, you facing that situation, we're not saying that situations will not come. We're not saying that issues will not come. We're not saying that they would not arise. But when they do arise, go in expecting that everything and anything would turn out to be good. As I said, some benefit of being or thinking positively is that it gives us long lifespan. Because as you think of the positive in every situation, you end up taking away those negative and those unnecessary thinking thoughts. You end up not adding that layer of burden to your life, to already the issues that you have. You end up not adding that negativity into your life. You end up living a free life. Because number one, you are open-minded. I always say, what if a lot than positive thoughts? Yes, we always think of the negative. We always think of, hey, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? But what if that does not happen? What if all you get in is the good in that situation? What if all you get in is the blossomeness? You might not know that Whatever situation that you are facing might have a hidden potential in it, might have a hidden greatness in it. You might not know that. And so we talk of, as our sister is saying, we talk of what if I don't end up getting that job? What if I don't end up doing well in that exam? What if I don't do this? What if I don't do? What if it does turn out to be good? What if it does turn out to be awesome? What if you turn out getting that position? What if you turn out doing everything to make it? So this time, my sister Vic, the what if will be the positive side of it. What if I end up passing that exam is what we are going to say. We're not going to say what if I don't end up. Hi, thanks for joining us, George.
Hello. Hi.
It's been a minute since you joined us on here, and today I'm so grateful to have you on here. I'm so grateful to have you on
That's
here.
great to be back. It feels great to be back.
So, Vic, as I was saying, you have to think of what if I get that job? Okay, what if I get that position? What if I turn out doing well? Not what if I don't do well? What if I don't get this? What if I don't end up finding solution? No, we're not thinking of the positive, the negatives in that situation. We have to think of the positives in that situation. So, Joy, before you joined us, I was talking about how the 5 W's turn out shaping our life, okay? How our thoughts become our words become our actions become our behavior or our habits, and then our habit becomes our character, and then it goes on and on to be our destiny. And I was saying that as Bible says that life and death lies in the tongue. So whatever we think is whatever comes out. And that word becomes our life at the end of the day. Okay? And in so doing, we end up having the negatives overshadowing the positives that can come out of every situation. All right? And most people, the moment that the issue hit us, or the moment that we see that there is an issue or there is a trouble, we end up saying, oh, I can do this. Oh, this will not go well. Oh, this will not do that. Oh, this will not do that. And so, before you join us, that was the discussion that we're having of making or using those 5 W's in our day-to-day life to help us, shape us into the destination that we have to get to. So I don't know what your thought is on that. As I said, today is not going to be questions. It's going to be a conversation. So viewers, if you're on here and you have, or you want to join us to share your thought as well, you can request, because I know now Facebook, we can add 2 people as guests on. So you can request to be on here as well. So yeah, George, that was what I was talking about, that we need to start thinking positively. We need to start going from I can do this to I can do it. So I don't know what you have on that.
Yeah, so I'm sure you well know that as a man thinketh, and of course by extension as a woman thinketh, so is he. There's so many negatives going on in our generation today. You wake up every morning, you wake up every day, the things you see on TV, the things you read on social media, quite a number of them are negative energy. And so if you want to live a positive life, you need to generate positive energy yourself. How do you do that? You need to be very intentional about your choice of words, very intentional about the pattern of your thinking. It will not come in one day, but you got to make a decision that, look, it doesn't matter what I'm going through. Take a minute and listen to this. The Bible said that let the weak say, I am strong.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bible is not saying confess what you are feeling. It is saying confess the positive. And so let the poor say, I am rich. Let the despondent say, I am liberated. Let the one who has little say, I have so much. What comes out of your mouth is powerful. You
Mm-hmm.
know, this scripture says that life and death does not lie in the tongue, it lies in the power of the tongue. The tongue has power, and that power is just like a gun or a pistol. A pistol lying down there is the most powerless object. It's just like a metal. But when the trigger is pulled, then its power is unleashed. And that is how our tongue is. You can have as many good intentions in your heart as possible, but until you verbalize them and speak them, you have not unleashed the power that is inherent in your tongue. And so, yes, we are bedeviled with a lot of things in our generation, war here and there, confusion here and there, hatred here and there. But the question is, what do you choose to confess?
That's right.
What do you choose to confess? Of all the negatives that you can see, you can hear, you can even sometimes feel, what you confess has the power to cause the change you need in your life. And so I'm a big fan of positive confessions. I mean, everybody around me knows that I don't allow negative confessions around me. It doesn't matter whether it is being said in jest or in seriousness. Once it is words coming out of your mouth, I am very conscious that those words must be power and they must be life. I don't allow for negative conversations around me in any shape or form.
George, I'm not sure if you've seen the comments yet. For some reason, I'm not seeing the comments that well. So please let me know if you see it, because it's half and half. But so in a way, viewers, if you are joining us now, there's a dose of encouragement with Amanda, and I am Amanda, and we have on here Mr. George Adjuman on here. So please share to bring others on, share to be a blessing to somebody. So George, positive thinking, I can say that if we think positive, it makes us solution-driven individuals.
Obviously, I mean, the world is tired of problems. The world is looking for solution-oriented people. And the world is not looking for someone who come and add on to the already almost limitless list of problems. The world is looking for people who, in spite of the evident problems you're facing, can be the beacon of hope to other people. And your choice of words, your choice of being intentional about how you feel about things will make the difference. You can't change your world by adding on to the problems of your world. You change your world by being that dose of encouragement, that dose of positivity, that beacon of hope. That is how you change your world. And so, yes, I agree to all extent that the world needs people who are solution oriented.
So George, how do I turn to start to think positively when all I have known is negative? How do I start to shape my mentality from being negative to the positive side? What is the benefit in me thinking positive? Somebody might ask.
Yeah, so I want to do a reverse engineering here. All since the period this person has been thinking and confessing negative, has it in any way benefited them? If the answer to that question
Gio, as
is that
human
if the
beings,
answer
the
to that
moment the
question,
moment that we get issues or the moment that issues arises, all we think of, our first thinking is the negative.
can I at least land?
Yes, please.
Great. So the moment you answer for yourself, what benefits it has brought to you by being a negative thinker and a negative confession driven person, then you realize that no, I need to wake up and start thinking differently. And when you do something negatively, the different thing is positive. If you speak negatively, the different thing is positive. And so you need to ensure that you are not just joining the bandwagon of those who are complaining about everything being negative, but you make a very intentional decision to change how your mind works, to begin to think in the light of positivity. Once you start thinking positively, your mindset changes, your choice of words change. Recently, I started going public with my threatening poverty campaign, and it's only advised me or suggested to me that there are so many folks who are beginning to be okay with the status quo of life and don't want to make any decision or take any action to change the status quo. But you see, Amanda, like I keep saying, if you don't take a decision and make an action, whatever is will continue to be. And so once you realize that all your life, when issues happen, your most immediate reflex is to think negative or speak negative, you need to decide to stop it and then look at the other side of things. So you are jobless. So what? I tell people that don't even use the word joblessness. Don't describe yourself as unemployed. Describe yourself as, hey, I'm back on the job market. That sounds cool. Instead of saying I'm unemployed, you can say I'm back on the job market. You know, it is a more positive way of describing a situation. Instead of saying I am poor, say that currently I don't have what it takes to buy this, but it's just a matter of time. I'll be able to afford it. Instead of saying that I am weak, say I am strong. And when you confess good energy, somehow instinctively, even the forces of nature respond to positive confessions. And so if you want to live your life with a lot of positive energy, you need to take a decision with a lot of intentionality that, hey, it doesn't matter how my past has been in terms of patterns of my thinking and speaking. I'm taking a decision that going forward, I'll be careful not to speak anything that doesn't have positivity in it. And it's just a matter of I have tried and tested it and it works. The world responds to your choice of words. The world responds to your, the energy you carry. And so it's just a matter of time. If people decide that, look, I'm deciding to take a decision to speak differently and positively, your world will be framed beautifully and impactfully.
So in short, what you're saying is it's not about the fact that we don't have issues. It's about, yes, saying that the issue is there, but in a positive way.
Yes. So everybody has issues. Nobody is, insulated from the issues of life. Okay. But must we all be projecting our challenges? Must we all be trumpeting the issues you are facing? No, we shouldn't all be doing that. We should decide that in spite of the many challenges, in spite of the many, issues that bother our lives as people, our career, our marriages, our health, our finances, our academic work, anything, in spite of those challenges, we'll still decide to put out or put forth a very, positive outlook. And it changes the game outrightly. It changes the game outrightly. It becomes a beacon of hope for other people. I'm telling you, yesterday I saw something very powerful, and I'm using the word powerful because I understand what powerful means. I was driving from, if you know Accra very well, I used the Game Park stretch towards the Agbogba area, and I saw this gentleman in a wheelchair in the middle of the road trying to help, cover the potholes, and I'm like, this guy is changing the narrative. He's not going begging by the roadside, but he's in his wheelchair trying to make something happen. That for me was nothing short of positive energy. And by so doing, people will not give him because he's begging for it, but they'll give him because he's taking a positive action to correct a wrong. You know, everybody has what it takes to correct a wrong. Everybody has what it takes to be that beacon of hope, that light at the end of the tunnel for people. And if you wake up to the realization that it doesn't matter what life throws at you, you can take it, recycle it, and make something beautiful out of it.
That's very true. Viewers, if you are joining us now, there's a dose of encouragement with Amanda. And we are on here with our VP himself, Mr. George, on here. Thank you so much for always availing yourself whenever we need you on here to come on here. So while you were talking, something came to mind, and that in line of the 5 W's, and there was a place that said your habit becomes your character. Okay, most of the times we don't end up seeing what is coming out of us. If I can use it, if I can put it that way, we don't end up seeing what we are putting forth. We don't end up seeing what our words is doing to the situation, to somebody, or to anything. And so you it was said, what's your habit, so it can shape your character. But somebody might ask me, is your habit not your character? Is your habit not the same as, is there a difference between, as I said, I'm going to be a devil's advocate here, is your habit, because for the person to move from the thing not just being words, the thing not just being his actions, okay, to it's being, this is how the person portrays himself, this is how the person come forth as. And you approach this person and say, hey, if you say this way or that way, it would help, rather than what you're saying, okay? But people end up thinking that, oh, you think you know more, or oh, you think you're better than me. How do you address that situation? Because I said last week that if you are on a table and respect is not being said, walk away. But we cannot all walk away when we have, some of us have it in us to correct the situation. So how do we in turn going about in a way that, number one, we don't end up hurting that person. Number two, we end up solving that situation in a positive way, or changing that narrative in a positive way, without having that person feel like, feel belittled.
I think that just as actions are building blocks that build habits, habits are also building blocks that build character. And so what you continually do becomes what you habitually do. And what you habitually do becomes what your character formation becomes. And so if you want to change your character, you need to go back to what habits formed that character. And if you want to change your habits, you need to go back to what actions formed those habits. And I think that it's just an issue of taking a decision to be the agent of change. You've identified a wrong, you want to change it. You need to, like I keep saying, be intentional about it. Nothing worthwhile is done without intentionality. If you want to make a change, you need to be deliberate, because you are fighting against a steep opposition. Because it's very easy and very comfortable to live a very negatively thought-driven life. Because like I said, once you wake up, everything jumping at you is negative. From the news headlines to the social media trolls to even your bank account balance is not something you are very proud of. But you need to make sure that you are living above the tide and making sure that your mental tenacity is so strong enough to make you, going forward, live a life that is driven by absolute positive energy and force. And it will make a lot of difference if people appreciate the fact that whatever character you have formed is only a result of little chunks of habits you entertained. And those habits were formed by virtue of little chunks of actions you allowed. So if you want to change your character, go back and change your habits, your pattern of doing things, and go back to changing the actions that form those habits or those patterns that form those habits. And I think that once you wake up to the realization of this truth, you'll make a lot of difference. Now you're talking about addressing things without making people feel belittled. I don't think that anybody should find pride in belittling another person, another human being. True nobility lies in being able to be compassionate and caring and showing kindness towards other people. That is what who noble men are. Noble men are men who are compassionate in their deeds and are tender in their choice of words towards their fellow human beings. And so it's a call to, duty, or a clarion call, that it doesn't matter where you find yourself, whether in society or in wherever you find yourself, make it a predisposition that you make it a point to be kind, to be concerned, to be caring, to be very economic with how you criticize people. Because the truth is that you never know what somebody is dealing with. Life is all our perspectives. Maybe you are seeing his actions from perspective A, but if you are privy to perspective B and C, you somewhat appreciate why his actions had to be what you are seeing. And so you should be a lot more, there's a word I'm looking for, a lot more accommodating of people, and that will make a lot of difference. In fact, that will make you love people. And you see, I keep saying that love is a universal language. Even the blind can see love and the deaf can hear love. And so if you are loving towards people, they tend to appreciate where you are driving towards. And if you are driving towards them changing, because it is fueled by love, you will not struggle to get them to the destination of change.
That's very true. Viewers, Miss Victoria, before I forget, I'm not sure if you're trying to write something, but all we see is suspend. I'm not sure if that is a question. If it is a question, please let us know what the question is. I'm not sure what you're dealing with, if it's your link or something, but let me know if you trying to ask a question on that. So, oh, I think we lost George right there. So I will try to bring him back on here. So viewers, if you are joining us now, this is a dose of encouragement with Amanda. And as we were saying earlier on, so you thinking positively end up having you get more skills or pick up more skills, solve problems, pick up additional skills as and when you go along. You end up making sure that, let me see what she wrote. Okay, you end up picking up new skills because, as I said earlier on, your mind is set to get new ideas. Your mind is set to get new information. Your mind is set to get, because you're not dwelling on the positives, you're not, on the negative. Sorry, you're not dwelling on the what ifs they can be. What ifs I don't do this? What ifs I don't do that? Or what ifs I don't get that? You're basically thinking of, what if I get it? What if I'm able to win? What if I'm, like, you thinking of the win is not the losing, okay? So it is good to always make sure that you end up having positive. If you want to be on here, you are welcome to request to join, as we have few minutes to share your thoughts. So as I was saying earlier on, some benefit of us thinking positive is that it gives us a long lifespan. Okay, it helps us to think clearer in anything that we do, because we are focused on the positives and not the negative. We are focused, there is no iota of negativity in whatever we are doing. And so we end up solving that equation, we end up having a clear mind to think of what I can do to make this situation better, what I can do to make this decision the right way, or what I can do to move from where I am to point A, as George said, point A to point B. You also end up having good mood, okay? If you are in the negative arena, you always like, what if I don't get this? How am I going to get this? How am I going to get that? How am I going to get that? But you thinking positive gives you the clarity, gives you the ability to be alive, be in a positive mood, be light. Let me put it that way. All right. You end up being light, taking life as it is, taking life as it comes, taking life in its positive way and not its negative way. You end up thinking more of, I can do this all through Christ who strengthens me. I can do this with positive thinking. I can achieve this if I put my mind and my soul and my body to it. Okay, so you do have to think in that lane. You do have to make sure that every thought that comes out of you, every assessment that comes out of you is positive. Every words that comes out of your mouth ends up to help you build, help you move from point A to point B, help you be open to other possibilities, help you to be open to other promotions, other thoughts, other good ideas that will come your way. All right, you end up increasing productivity. Everybody needs that. You need to be able to produce good stuff. You need to be able to produce good thought, good decision, good advice. You need to be able to produce that. And you have a negative thinking or negative mindset will not help you to do that. I wrote here, I said, think happy. Positive thought helps stimulate the brain. When you focus on positive, you are able to make quick decisions. You are able to get quick solutions. You are able to bring up the good in you. You are able to bring up good ideas, good decisions, good thoughts, and everything and anything. Thanks for joining us back. We don't know what happened, but
thank you.
Glad you are back on here. So
thank you so much. My apologies. That was a network tripping.
No, you're good. I was saying that positive thinking or positive mindset increases productivity in the long run. Think happy, positive thoughts stimulate the brain in producing good and quality results, in producing good and quality ideas for you to move to your next level. But since I have you on here, does positive thinking or positive mindset, is it the same as mind shift?
All right, if I heard you right.
There. Okay. Yeah, I think we lost him back again. So before he went on, I was asking, is positive thinking or positive mindset the same as mind shift? And to me, mind shift and positive thinking goes hand in hand, because mind shift is you moving from, again, the negative, the ordinary narrative, to you thinking of the good in everything, the good in every situation, the good in every situation that comes, the good in everything that you're dealing with. So it goes hand in hand. It can be, yes, same as positive mindset. It can be, yes, the same as positive thinking, because we end up having the same result at the end of the day. We end up having the same outcome at the end of the day. So I think our guest is back trying. There we go. Yes, the network is not favorable today, but we are going to push through. So before you left, I was saying, is positive thinking the same as mind shift?
All right, so I think that they are They are more like siblings from the same womb. Positive thinking and positive mindset and mind shifts are more like siblings from the same womb, and so they go in tandem, they go hand in hand, and so that's what I would say. But I want to, speak to feed into what you initially said. See, for any endeavor we find ourselves in, we are finding ourselves in there because we need to be productive. And one of the powerful tools of productivity that we are blessed with is not our cars, is not our business operating capital. It is not the beauty of our office complex. In fact, it is not even, the many things we look at physically. One of the most powerful productivity tools the Lord blessed us with is our brains. And by using our brains effectively, we are able to do mighty things. One of the things that makes our brains very effective is when it is properly structured to deliver results. And the thing that makes that happen when our brains function in positivity. It gives clarity of thoughts. It brings structure to your kind of thoughts. It helps you take decisions with precision, And so if you want to be able to be known as somebody who is decisive, who is thoughtful, who is analytic, who is, somebody who thinks clearly, you want to ensure that at all times, very intentionally, with being deliberate about it, you are thinking positively and you are speaking positively. Your mind needs to be beautiful. You need to align with positive energy. And equally importantly, surround yourself with people who are positive.
Very true right there.
Surround yourself with people who are driven with a lot of positive energy. Because the truth is that you can't be at an all-time positive all the time. So you need iron to sharpen iron. You need positively minded people to sharpen your positive mindedness. Otherwise, in the day of affliction, you'll be found wanting. So it's important to surround yourself with people whose energy levels are also positive, so that when your positivity fails, theirs can lift you up. In the same vein, when theirs fail, yours can lift them up. We are not on an island. Everybody needs somebody. We are very much interdependent on everybody or on people. And so it's important that as much as you are doing all you can to ensure that you have positive mindset, positive energy, you are committing the same resources and intentionality to ensure that those around you also generate the same amount of energy and positive mindset.
True, very true. Viewers, if you are joining us now, this is a dose of encouragement. We here on with George. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section below. And you are more than welcome to request to join us on here to take this topic to it next level. But George, thank you so much for always availing yourself, as I said earlier on. I know you're part of the team, but you're always ready to go whenever you need it, and I appreciate that. So viewers, before we leave, we have a few minutes before we leave. If you have any questions, let us know and we will answer that for you. But thank you all for joining, and as we said, always use those 5 W's, because they will help you in a very big way when it comes to positive thinking. It's not necessarily, as I said, looking at every situation or looking at every problem the wrong way. But the fact that you are able to go into the situation with an open expectation, the fact that you are able to go into the situation thinking that I will come out victorious. I will come out. Like we are not saying don't think about the reality of the issue. We are not saying don't think about the fact that yes, the problem is there, but find a way or a means to address that situation in a positive manner, because that's the
Absolutely.
only way that you will end up moving from point A to point B. As I always say, whatever you put out will determine how people are going to respond to you, will determine how people are going to see you, will determine how people are going to associate themselves with you. So if all you do or if all you bring out is negative stuff, you will not get much people to. Yes, there might be people that will follow you because they also like negativity, but at the end of the day, you will end up being alone. You will end up not knowing what happened to you or what hit you, because all you focused on was the negative aspect and not the positive aspect. It is always good to think about what you're dealing with, to think of the bright side of that situation. And in so doing, you will end up. So thank you once again,
I think
Joy.
I want to put in something briefly, and I hope it will be a blessing to somebody watching this broadcast. I remember when I was in the university, I used to always tell my colleagues that I had a popular phrase I would share with them, and that is footsteps today, footprints tomorrow. And so on one occasion, they asked me to explain why I would always either say footsteps today, footsteps tomorrow, or I'll end all my writings with footsteps today, footprints tomorrow. And I was very candid with them. And I kept telling them, look, whatever we are doing today are steps we are taking. Whatever great things we are doing today are steps we are taking. However, we are treating one another today, that we are in the university, are steps we are taking, are actions we are taking. However, we treat people today are steps we are taking. But let's not forget that the only thing we have control over when you are taking a step is how you are taking the steps. What you don't have control over is the trail you are leaving behind you, which are your footprints. And so people will come after you and judge your footsteps based on the footprints you left behind. Unfortunately, you may not have the opportunity to go back and correct the footprints. What you have the opportunity to correct are the steps you are taking today. So as much as we can, let's endeavor to be kind, to be nice, to be compassionate, to be thoughtful, to be tolerant, to be caring, to be thoughtful, to be accommodating of people, because there is such a thing as tomorrow.
Very true. What you do today will judge you tomorrow. What you decide on doing today will decide how your end will be tomorrow. Help somebody be a blessing. Help somebody move from point A to point B. Help somebody. I did live one time, and I said, we rise by lifting others. We rise by helping others to go up. We rise by making sure that that person that is next to us is also getting that same opportunity. Opportunity might not mean that you're doing something huge. It might just mean a simple word of, hey, you can do this. Hey, do it this way. Hey, take this route. Hey, put this here. We rise by lifting others up. And that is also a way of thinking positively. That is also a way of having a positive mindset. Thank you so much. Your thoughts becomes your words. Your words becomes your actions. Your actions becomes your habit. Your habit becomes your character, and your character becomes your destiny. This is a dose of encouragement. Incorporated. Now we're taking away the Amanda, and it is incorporated now. And so viewers, thank you so much for joining us. We wish we can stay on here longer, but we come your way every Saturday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. GMT time. If you haven't followed us yet, please do. Please set the notification button on And then when we come on, you would always get notified that we are on. Also, we are still looking for help. Our GoFundMe is out there to help us be able to support our orphanages in Ghana for our next donations coming. So you are more than welcome to help us. We will put the link. I think I did put it yesterday. But if you don't have it, we'll put it on here again. Support a worthy cause, support a good deed, and it will be a blessing to you. But as I always say, thank you, George, my very, very BP. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for availing yourself. I know sometimes I can be hard on you, but yes, that's what founders do. But thank you all so much, and thank you, viewers, so much for always taking time to be on here. I always say, as you support us, God will always support you in time of need. God will always answer you speedily, even as you think of supporting this worthy cause. So thank you so much. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda Akrofi Aye, and this is a dose of encouragement. So make a date with us every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. GMT. And when we come on here, you will get it. If you have any questions or if you have any topics that you would want us to discuss on our next live, you are more than welcome to inbox us on that, on a dose of encouragement incorporated on Facebook here. Or you can also go to www.adoseofencouragement.com on our website. Leave your email there, and then we will always send you our newsletters when we have it. If you also want to know how the orphanage outreach went last month, July 31st, it is on our website. You can have a preview on here, but the videos and all the full story is on our website. And I will put that website on here, www. So that is our website right there. Let me pin this. That is our website right there. It would take you to our website, and on Facebook here, it is a dose of encouragement incorporated, or you can just type in ADOE, and then you would get us here. If you have more ADOEs coming up, you are always looking for the logo with the wing in it, black background with the yellow wing in the eagle wing in it. So we thank you so much. As God always come to our aid, may He answer you speedily. May He answer you when you call. May He be a blessing to you, even as you've taken upon yourself to support this cause, this worthy cause. We appreciate you so much. If you also have or want to be a part of ADOE, you are more than welcome. You can reach out to us, and we would take it from there. But you are more than welcome. As I said, put your comments or your questions in our inbox, and we will surely answer you in due course. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Amanda Akrofi Aye, and I am your host. Thank you all to my team, Benedicta, Eben, Dennis, Annaman, Eddie. Thank you all so much. Listen, you guys, I do not know what to say to you. George, thank you all so much. And to my husband, wherever you are, thank you for the support. And again, my son, thank you all for the support that you give us. Thank you. I sign up. Have a blissful weekend. Have a fruitful week ahead. And we will come your way again next week. Bye.